Everything changed for me when I understood this philosophy. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's a simple philosophy that changed my life forever, starting age 25. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune, which is super fine. I did not mind working hard on my job, but things did not seem to change that much. Then I started working hard on myself. So let me put it in a philosophical phrase. Now, this is worth the price of whatever it costs for you to be here today. Here it is. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. It's something you attract by becoming attractive. And the whole scope of this we call personal development. You can have more than you have got because you can become more than you are. If you can multiply your value by 3, by 5, you can easily multiply your income by 3, by 5, by 10. So the key to doing it is to work hard on yourself. Now that's why I mentioned this personal development part. It's learning multiple skills, if it would serve you, multiple languages. Okay, working hard on yourself. You know, people are fun to work with. The key sometimes, it's not fun to work with, is yourself. How come I'm reluctant when I should be excited, right? You just go through this dilemma. The work we do is fairly easy. Jim Rohn, my first mentor, taught me. You know, the world is mostly full of real nice people. In fact, he said, there's only about 11 or 12 real nasty, miserable, horrible people in the whole world. Now, he said they move around a lot, so you are bound to find one once in a while. But if you found one, you say, hey, there's only 11 more like you. I can handle that. I mean, it's not 1,000. But here's the big challenge here. Working hard on yourself, personality and temperament and mindset, talked about culture, all the stuff necessary to individually be responsible, be a growing, attractive, powerful, skillful, communicating human being. And the world belongs to you. Now let me ask you a question. How many of you here today feel like you are living up to your full potential? Go ahead, raise your hand if you truly believe you are operating at 100% capacity. I see a few hands, and that's great. But for most of you, I'm guessing there's a little voice inside saying, I could be doing more, I could be achieving more, I could be more. And you know what? That voice is right. We all have untapped potential within us. We all have room to grow, to improve, to become better versions of ourselves. And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about today. You see, when I say learn to work harder on yourself, I'm not talking about pushing yourself to exhaustion or burning the candle at both ends. I'm talking about making a conscious, deliberate effort to invest in your own growth and development. Let me share a personal story with you. When I was in my early 20s, I was working as a salesman, and I was terrible at it. I mean, really awful. I couldn't close a sale to save my life. I was so bad that my manager pulled me aside one day and said, Brian, I'm sorry, but if you don't improve, we're going to have to let you go. Now, I could have given up right then and there. I could have said, well, I guess sales just is not for me, and walked away. But instead, I made a decision that would change the course of my life. I decided to work harder on myself than I did on my job. I started reading every book on sales I could get my hands on. I listened to audio programs during my commute. I practiced my pitch in front of the mirror every night. I sought out the top performers in my company and asked them for advice. In short, I became obsessed with improving myself. And you know what happened? Within 6 months, I was not just meeting my sales targets, I was exceeding them. Within a year, I was the top salesperson in my company, and it wasn't because I had suddenly become a different person. It was because I had invested in myself, in my skills, in my knowledge. This experience taught me a fundamental truth. Your income seldom exceeds your personal development. If you want to earn more, you need to learn more. If you want to get more out of your job, you need to put more into yourself. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Brian, I'm already working hard. I'm putting in long hours at the office. I'm giving it my all. And I believe you, but here's the thing. Working hard at your job is important, but it's not enough. You need to work hard on yourself. Think about it this way. If you have a car, you don't just fill it with gas and expect it to run forever, do you? No, you perform regular maintenance, you change the oil, rotate the tires, tune up the engine. Why? Because you know that if you take care of your car, it will take care of you. Well, the same principle applies to you. You are the vehicle that will carry you to success. And if you want that vehicle to perform at its best, you need to invest in its maintenance and improvement. So how do you do that? How do you work harder on yourself? Let me share with you some strategies that have worked for me and for countless others I have coached over the years. First and foremost, commit to lifelong learning. In today's rapidly changing world, the person you are today will not be sufficient for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. You need to be constantly updating your knowledge and skills. Read books in your field and outside of it. Attend seminars and workshops. Take online courses. Listen to podcasts. Engage in discussions with people who challenge your thinking. Make learning a daily habit. I personally commit to reading at least 1 hour every day. It doesn't matter if it's a book, an industry report, or an in-depth article. What matters is that I'm consistently feeding my mind with new information and ideas. And here's don't just read for information, read for transformation. Ask yourself after every book or article, how can I apply this in my life? What's one action I can take based on what I have learned? Knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. Next, set clear goals for your personal development. Just as you set targets for your work or your business, you need to set targets for your own growth. What skills do you want to develop this year? What areas of knowledge do you want to expand? What personal qualities do you want to strengthen? Write these goals down. Make them specific and measurable. Instead of saying, I want to become a better communicator, say, I will give at least one presentation per month to improve my public speaking skills. Instead of, I want to be more productive, say, I will implement a time blocking system and increase my daily output by 25. Review these goals regularly. Track your progress. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. And if you fall short, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I adjust my approach? Remember, the path of personal development is not always linear. There will be setbacks and obstacles, but each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more resilient. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions of personal development, your health and well-being. You see, you can have all the knowledge and skills in the world, but if you don't have the energy and vitality to apply them, you're of little use. I learned this lesson the hard way. In my 30s, I was so focused on my career that I neglected my health. I was eating poorly, not exercising, and barely sleeping. I thought I was being productive, but in reality, I was running myself into the ground. It all came to a head when I collapsed from exhaustion during an important presentation. That was my wake-up call. I realized that if I wanted to achieve long-term success, I needed to take care of my physical and mental health. So I made some changes. I started exercising regularly. I improved my diet. I made sure to get enough sleep. And you know what? My productivity did not decrease. It skyrocketed. I had more energy, better focus, and clearer thinking. I was able to accomplish more in less time. That's why I want you to consider your health as a crucial part of your personal development. Exercise regularly, eat nutritious food, get enough sleep, practice stress management techniques like meditation or deep breathing. Your body and mind are interconnected. When you take care of your physical health, you are also investing in your mental and emotional well-being. Next, the power of relationships in personal development. You have probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. While that might not be scientifically accurate, the principle behind it is sound. The people around you have a profound impact on your thoughts, your attitudes, and your actions. That's why it's crucial to surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you to be better. Seek out mentors in your field, join mastermind groups, attend networking events, engage in meaningful conversations with people who are where you want to be. Don't just look for people who agree with you all the time. Look for those who will give you honest feedback, who will point out your blind spots. It might be uncomfortable at times, but it's essential for growth. I remember when I first started giving speeches. I thought I was doing pretty well. The audience would clap, people would come up to me afterwards and say nice things, but I wasn't improving as quickly as I wanted to. So I did something that terrified me. I asked for honest feedback. I approached a respected speaking coach and asked him to critique my performance. And boy, did he deliver. He pointed out things I never noticed, my overuse of certain words, my tendency to pace too much, my lack of vocal variety. It was hard to hear, I will admit, but it was exactly what I needed. I took that feedback and worked on it relentlessly. And you know what? My speaking improved dramatically. The impact I was able to have on audiences increased tenfold. So don't shy away from constructive criticism. Seek it out, embrace it, use it as fuel for your growth. That's often overlooked in discussions of personal development. The power of habits. Success is not about making radical changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent improvements every single day. It's about developing habits that align with your goals. Your life today is essentially the sum of your habits. How you spend your time each day, the decisions you make, the actions you take, these are all guided by your habits. And the beautiful thing is, habits can be changed. They can be improved. Start by identifying the habits that are holding you back. Maybe you have a habit of procrastination. Maybe you tend to avoid difficult conversations. Maybe you habitually check your email first thing in the morning, derailing your productivity for the day. Once you have identified these habits, work on replacing them with more positive ones. If you tend to procrastinate, develop a habit of tackling your most important task first thing in the morning. If you avoid difficult conversations, make it a habit to address issues as soon as they arise. If checking email disrupts your morning, make it a habit to block out focused work time before opening your inbox. Remember, habits are formed through repetition. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but if you stick with it, these new behaviors will become second nature. And don't just focus on breaking bad habits. Actively cultivate good ones. Make it a habit to read for 30 minutes every day, develop a habit of expressing gratitude, create a habit of reviewing your goals each morning. These might seem like small actions, but when practiced consistently over time, they can lead to tremendous growth and improvement. Now let's talk about something that's crucial in today's rapidly changing world. Adaptability, the ability to adapt to new situations, to learn new skills quickly, to pivot when necessary. These are invaluable traits in both your personal and professional life. The jobs that will be in high demand 10 years from now probably don't even exist yet. The technologies that will shape our future are still being developed. In this environment, the most valuable skill you can develop is the ability to learn and adapt quickly. So how do you become more adaptable? First, cultivate a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Don't say, I can't do that. Say, I can't do that yet. Embrace change rather than resisting it. When faced with new situations or challenges, approach them with curiosity rather than fear. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this help me grow? Practice stepping out of your comfort zone regularly. Take on projects that stretch your abilities. Learn skills that are outside your current expertise. The more you practice adapting to new situations, the better you will become at it. I remember when I first started my own business. I had been successful as an employee, but running a company was a whole new ball game. There were so many things I did not know. Accounting, marketing, team management. It was overwhelming at first. But instead of giving up, I embraced the challenge. I saw each new problem as an opportunity to learn and grow. I sought out mentors, took courses, read books, and gradually I developed the skills I needed to succeed as an entrepreneur. That experience taught me a valuable lesson. The key to success in any field is not knowing everything from the start. It's having the adaptability to learn what you need to know along the way. The importance of self-reflection. You see, personal growth is not just about acquiring new knowledge or skills. It's also about understanding yourself better, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your motivations. Set aside time regularly for self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? What did I do well? Where could I have done better? What am I grateful for? At the end of each week or month, do a more in-depth review. Are you making progress towards your goals? Are your actions aligned with your values? What challenges are you facing, and how can you overcome them? This practice of self-reflection serves two important purposes. First, it helps you stay accountable to yourself. It ensures that you are not just going through the motions, but actively working towards your goals. Second, it helps you gain insights into yourself. You start to notice patterns in your behavior. You become more aware of your strengths and weaknesses. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth. It helps you focus your efforts where they'll have the most impact. Now, I want to address something that many people struggle with on their journey of personal development. Perfectionism. You see, the desire to be perfect can actually be a major obstacle to growth. Perfectionism often leads to procrastination. You don't start that project because you are afraid it won't be perfect. You don't share your ideas because you think they're not good enough yet. You don't take risks because you are afraid of making mistakes. Perfection is an illusion. It's an impossible standard that will always leave you feeling inadequate. Instead of striving for perfection, strive for excellence. Focus on continuous improvement rather than flawless performance. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person has a trail of failures behind them. What sets them apart is not that they never made mistakes, but that they learned from their mistakes and kept moving forward. So give yourself permission to be imperfect. Embrace your mistakes as learning opportunities. Take action even when you are not sure if you are ready. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait for perfect conditions that may never come. One of the most powerful tools in personal development is the art of visualization. Top athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and high achievers in every field use this technique to enhance their performance and achieve their goals. Visualization is not just daydreaming. It's a deliberate practice of creating vivid mental images of what you want to achieve. When you visualize, you are essentially programming your subconscious mind for success. You're creating neural pathways that can help turn your vision into reality. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your goals as if you have already achieved them. See yourself giving that presentation with confidence, closing that big deal, or crossing the finish line of your first marathon. But visualization alone is not enough. It needs to be coupled with action. Use your visualizations as a blueprint for your actions. Let them guide your decisions and motivate you to take the necessary steps towards your goals. The power of gratitude in personal development. It might seem counterintuitive, but focusing on what you are grateful for can actually accelerate your growth. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from scarcity to abundance. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a good cup of coffee or a kind word from a colleague. This practice trains your mind to look for the positive in every situation, which can be a game changer in how you approach challenges and opportunities. Speaking of challenges, let's address the fear of failure. Many people let this fear hold them back from pursuing their goals. But here's the truth, that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed numerous times on their journey. The key is to reframe how you view failure. Instead of seeing it as an endpoint, see it as feedback. When you fail at something, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to get better? What would I do differently next time? Remember, failure is an event, not a person. You are not your failures. They're just stepping stones on your path to success. Now, the importance of time management in personal development. Time is your most valuable resource. You can always earn more money, but you can't create more time. That's why learning to manage your time effectively is crucial for your growth and success. Start by auditing how you currently spend your time. Keep a log for a week, noting down everything you do and how long you spend on each activity. You might be surprised at how much time is wasted on unproductive activities. Once you have this information, you can start making changes. Prioritize your tasks using the Eisenhower matrix, which categorizes tasks based on their urgency and importance. Focus on the tasks that are important but not urgent. These are often the ones that contribute most to your long-term goals and personal growth. Learn to say no to activities that don't align with your priorities. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Make sure you are saying yes to the things that truly matter. Consider implementing techniques like the Pomodoro technique, where you work in focused 25-minute blocks followed by short breaks. This can help improve your concentration and productivity. Let's move on to discuss the power of networking in personal development. Your network can be one of your greatest assets. It's not just about who you know. It's about who knows you and what you are capable of. Attend industry events, join professional associations, and participate in online forums related to your field. But don't just collect business cards or LinkedIn connections. Focus on building genuine relationships. Look for ways to add value to others before asking for anything in return. Remember, networking is not just about advancing your career. It's about surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and support your growth. Seek out mentors who can guide you on your journey. And as you grow, look for opportunities to mentor others. Teaching is one of the powerful ways to reinforce your own learning. Your emotional quotient is often just as important as your IQ when it comes to success in life and work. Emotional intelligence involves self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Start by working on your self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behaviors. Practice mindfulness to become more present and aware of your internal state. Work on your self-regulation. Learn techniques to manage stress and control impulsive behaviors. This might involve practices like deep breathing, meditation, or journaling. Cultivate empathy by trying to see things from others' perspectives. Practice active listening. Really focus on understanding what others are saying rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Developing your emotional intelligence can improve your relationships, enhance your leadership skills, and help you navigate complex social situations more effectively. Goals give you direction and purpose. They turn your dreams into concrete plans of action, but not all goals are created equal. To be effective, your goals should be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of setting a vague goal like I want to be more fit, set a SMART goal like I will run a 5-kilometer race in 3 months' time. This gives you a clear target to work towards and a deadline to keep you motivated. But don't just set goals. Create a plan to achieve them. Break your big goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. What do you need to do this week, this month, to move closer to your goal? Track your progress regularly and be willing to adjust your plan if necessary. Remember, the purpose of setting goals is not just to achieve them. It's about who you become in the process of working towards them, the skills you develop, the habits you form, the person you evolve into. These are often more valuable than the goal itself. Many people overlook this, but understanding and managing your finances is a crucial life skill. Financial stress can be a major obstacle to personal growth, while financial freedom can give you the resources and peace of mind to pursue your goals. Start by educating yourself about personal finance. Learn about budgeting, saving, investing. Understand concepts like compound interest and diversification. You don't need to become a financial expert, but having a solid grasp of these concepts will empower you to make better decisions about your money and your future. Set financial goals as part of your personal development plan. Maybe it's paying off debt, saving for a big purchase, or starting to invest for retirement. Whatever your goals, having a clear financial plan can reduce stress and give you a greater sense of control over your life. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to think creatively and come up with innovative solutions is more valuable than ever. And here's the good news. Creativity is a skill that can be developed and enhanced. Start by exposing yourself to new ideas and experiences. Read books outside your usual genre. Visit museums. Try new hobbies. Travel to new places if you can. The more diverse your experiences, the more raw material your brain has to work with when coming up with new ideas. Practice brainstorming techniques like mind mapping or the 6 thinking hats method. Challenge yourself to come up with multiple solutions to problems rather than settling for the first idea that comes to mind. Remember, creativity is not just about coming up with completely original ideas. It's often about making new connections between existing ideas or applying concepts from one field to another. I want to emphasize the importance of balance in personal development. It's easy to become so focused on growth in one area that we neglect others. But true personal development is about becoming a well-rounded individual. Consider the different areas of your life: career, relationships, health, personal growth, spirituality, fun, and recreation. How satisfied are you with each of these areas? Which ones need more attention? Strive for progress in all areas of your life, not just your career finances. Remember, success in one area doesn't compensate for failure in another. A high-paying job won't make up for neglected relationships. A fit body won't compensate for a stressed and unhappy mind. Growth is not always a smooth, linear process. There will be setbacks, plateaus, and times when you feel like you are not making progress. During these times, persistence is key. keep showing up, keep putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. Remember why you started on this journey of personal development in the first place? Reconnect with your goals and your vision for your life. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Real, lasting change takes time. Celebrate your small victories along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Remember that personal development is not a destination, but a journey. It's about becoming the best version of yourself day by day, step by step. Embrace this journey with enthusiasm and curiosity. Be open to new experiences, new ideas, new ways of thinking and being. You have within you unlimited potential for growth and achievement. By committing to ongoing personal development, you are tapping into that potential and creating a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success.